My name is Carson. Welcome to Thrifty Garage, a channel where we do everyday repairs, how-tos, and reviews. And in today's video, we've got an exciting unboxing, and we'll be doing a review. I've been carrying this Leatherman Wave on and off, on for the most part, for the last 15 years. So a decade and a half, I've been running the Wave. Loved it to death, and I think it's finally time for an upgrade. So let's get straight to the unboxing. So I was actually gifted my Leatherman Wave, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I used it a lot when I first started landscaping, and still use it a lot to this day for that application. And I always looked up to one of my supervisors. He had a Leatherman Surge, and the Surge is the big brother of the Wave, and I could never really justify the added weight of the Surge. It weighs significantly more, but it's a much beefier tool. So as I continue to use the Wave landscaping, I just feel like it's a little bit small for what I do. I put it through applications that's just totally not meant for, and it's just taken the extra abuse. I've set this up for warranty several times now, and yeah, wanted the Surge. So the Surge does come with a nylon sheath. That's what I got on right now for the Wave, and these sheaths are okay. You know, they're good. This is, I believe, one of the original replacements for my Wave, and as you can see, I mean, it is just beat and it's seen better days. But I really like this sheath, and I don't think they really offer these anymore. So I also added some upgraded sheaths, so we'll take a look at that towards the end. But these sheaths work, they're good, but I prefer the leather feel. It just feels a little bit more premium. Comes with I had no clue it came with this. Comes with an extra file. And let's get to comparing them, kind of the differences. I can't remember exactly, but it basically has a lot of the same features. So on the top here, we've got a little serrated edge. We also have that on the Wave. So that indicates our serrated blade. You don't really need to see me. We'll bring them closer here for a closer look. Okay, so here we got a little bit closer look. So here's the Wave, and here's the Surge. Wave's about a ½ an inch shorter. Okay. Next, we flip it around. We've got the knife. And this is the blade I prefer. As you can see, I've used it with some salt and ice melt for the snow. For the landscape business, these are a little bit closer in length, maybe a ½ inch longer. And then the big difference here is we have the scissors here. So this does have a larger scissors. These are really nice scissors. Not sure why this is not springing. Okay, so apparently when I filmed this, I was on the struggle bus. First time using this tool, so I guess I have a little bit of justification, but this spring action wasn't working, and really all the problem is I needed to pull down further. You can see when it snaps into place, that springs up. So there's a little bit of tension in there. We've got a little bit of grit in here, but it does kind of spring back. So when you press that, you can see it. There's just a little bit of tension pushed right there on that lock. You have to push to engage it. And then here is the saw. Okay, so we can choose the saw or the file. So the file comes right here. So with the Wave, I really like this setup where it's got the file, double-sided file, same as this replacement one. But it's fixed, and on the opposite side, it comes with the saw. And I love this saw. I believe it's pretty similar to this, and it is just a workhorse. In fact, the Wave is longer. So that was one of the biggest hangups aside from the weight for me was the saw. I like using the saw. The problem with the saw though is it gets dull pretty quick, so you can use it a handful of times and then you kind of have used your life out of it. On the inside here, we've got, I think this is probably one of the biggest advantages of the upgrade, is just the girth on this thing. I mean, this thing is massive. We got this little puny guy. And with the pliers, I'll tweak these. The newer waves, the Wave Pluses, have the replaceable blades like this. And when I'm cutting larger wires with this, it'll kind of tweak that and it'll bind up inside there. So now with the replaceable blades and just a heavier duty, we're not going to have that problem here. And on the insides, we have the infamous leather, or maybe it's the famous Leatherman hex bit drive. I love these things. I know some people complain they're not centered, they're offset, yada yada yada, they're not square, but these Phillips head, and you know, they just fit really well. They're really precision, really well done. I really like that blade and how interchangeable it is. We've got a can opener, and then same thing on the Wave here. We have this and the can opener. And you can see I busted off the tip on the can opener here. Like I said, I use and abuse this. This is a work tool, and this is where we're gonna have problems getting this out. Again, another area that I overuse. Totally not the right application here. Okay, so if you over pry on this, you can see this thing's kind of tweaked and bent in there, and then it doesn't fit inside. So it really needs to be bent back. That's pretty good. Okay, another difference here, we've got a micro screwdriver bit, also broken, and we've got a smaller set of scissors. These scissors work great, but they are tiny. You only get like a 1/2 or 1/4 inch cut and go across a full-size sheet of paper. It takes a while, but they work really well, and I like having the scissors. That's I have a little micro Leatherman as well, and it has scissors on it. I can't remember what variant it is, but I like having scissors, I like having pliers, and I like having a bladed knife. Is the main things that I like on my Leatherman, is having a straight bladed knife. Everything else is bonus. I actually like having the can opener quite a bit. And oh, the saw blade is pretty important to me as well. Okay, so on the inside of this one, we've got a little all knife thing, a massive screwdriver, and a medium or small screwdriver. So we lose the mini screwdriver that comes in the Wave, which is fine because that mini screwdriver is great for about your glasses and that's it. So that's not a huge loss. But you know, with these Wave versus Surge, it's compromise. You're compromising weight. You know, do you want a lightweight or a heavyweight? This is going to be quite an upgrade on weight, and it's just bigger, bulkier. Like I said, with what I'm using it for in the landscape business, I just think it was time for an upgrade. We'll try it out. We'll see how it works. We'll report back. We'll do another video letting you know how I like it after in use. Let's take a look at these leather sheaths. Okay. One of these, I can't remember which was which. One of these is more expensive than the other, and I can tell you right now which one that is. This one is the nice one. This one was just kind of sitting in its own little package, wasn't inside, and I was immediately disappointed because this is honestly probably worse in my opinion than this nylon one. It feels very cheap, thin, not something that I would associate with Leatherman, but I wanted to try it out. In fact, this one is for the Wave. So the Wave fits in here. So a little bit disappointed in that, but I think this came at a lower price point. I think this was like $20, which has a nice look, but it just doesn't have that feel. But this, I think this is $50. I think this is the Ainsworth, and this thing feels like what I would expect from Leatherman. I got this is the larger size, so this is for the Surge, and this feels like great leather work. I'm excited about that. That was a little bit of a splurge. When these first came out, I always wanted one. In fact, I think I posted on my Instagram page that I wanted one. So that's exciting. Heavy duty. This should last for a long time to come, and hopefully it holds up to the abuse and the wear and the tear better than the nylon does. I use and abuse the Leatherman tool, and the Sheath, I probably use and abuse even worse. As you can see here, it's just, you know, thoroughly destroyed. I've had these lose the pins before. I've had the stitching come undone. Actually, no, it comes with, yep, right there. That's where it comes undone there. I had it come undone both, so I had to retire a few of these. I think this is probably at least my second, if not my third. But again, this is probably in the same category as this, as far as quality of leather. And you know, when you have a premium knife, you want a premium case. So I'm really excited to test this out and really put this through its paces and see if this holds up to the abuse and high expectation I have for Leatherman. I was going to do a separate video on these Leatherman sheaths, but as I was editing this video, I thought I would throw this in there kind of for bonus content, and I feel like it's relevant to kind of the video we're talking about here. Here is that Surge sheath, the Ainsworth Premium sheath, and you can see here this clasp came off. Relatively soon after purchasing it and putting it to use, that came off, and a little bit disappointed by that. You can see it's already got some good patina on there from use. I wore this for a while without the clasp, no issues really, but I was still worried about losing my Surge. So I, you know, that in combination with, I also purchased a Leatherman free P4, and part of the beta team, I was able to demo one of these, really liked it, and so I've moved from the Wave to the Surge to the free P4, and part of the reason for that was because I had another sheath that would fit this, and I've been wearing this pretty consistently since then for the last several months, and you know, I don't know why, but this one had an issue, this one has not. There's some damage there, it's got like a little bit of a nick, but it hasn't came off. So I don't know if I just kind of got a dud on this one, but since we kind of talked about that in the video and I talked up that so much, I wanted to kind of be as transparent as possible since I'm editing this after kind of having that experience. As I'm editing this video, I wanted to quickly jump in here and share my thoughts on the Leatherman Surge. Thoroughly enjoyed this tool. I do kind of miss some of the tools I talked about in the video, but overall it's a beefy tool. I guess the biggest point I wanted to make here at the end is the weight in hand is substantially more than the Wave, but the weight on the hip is not really that noticeable, especially for me working outdoors, moving around. Wearing this on the hip, not really noticeable, so I regret not moving up to this sooner. I still don't like some of the tool options I'm losing by going from the Wave to this, but not really a big deal. It's just something I'm used to, and it's just an adjustment I need to make personally. But yeah, if you're wanting a Surge and you're kind of on the edge and you're worried about the weight, I was too, and now I'm not so much worried about the weight. So that's kind of the close on this video. Thanks for watching Thrifty Garage, and we'll see you on the next one.